One day, I wonder if inversion split can improve my middle split. The gravity pulls my leg down and I stretch the muscle to fight against it. I first got introduced by the relation between middle split and inversion is in this video by Brian Vizzarolo. In this video, Brian is doing a mobility session with his student. After doing middle split holds using the PNF method, then Brian suggests doing an inverted version to reinforce the stretch.
One of the nice tricks here is just after each stretch, if we go into an inversion and we actively work the counterpart of that stretch, it can be really nice, again, sort of building some strength in that end range, but also just kind of opening up and working just a little bit of that flexibility, mobility.
He also uses this method in one of his stretching routine videos. Thank you, Brian, for these educational videos. So one day I started wondering, what if I only train this move? How much progress would I make in the middle split? I want to try it for a month. Well, how much volume? This popular research suggests that no difference is shown between the two groups that stretch more than 5 minutes per week. Going beyond that doesn't seem to add much extra benefit. Then I also saw this from a very flexible YouTuber, Stay Flexi. This is from one of his newsletters. So if you're crazy ambitious, 5 sets of 30 seconds stretches down 4 days a week will give you insane results. So that would be 10 minutes of stretching per week. Okay, let's do 10 minutes. Then I started a testing session. Well, I forgot one thing. I can't really hold a chest to wall handstand for 30 seconds for a total of 5 sets. I can't even go through third set. So I had to adjust things. The total weekly volume stayed at 10 minutes. 5 sets stayed the same, but hold time dropped from 30 seconds to 20 seconds at the start. Then our progressive overload over the weeks. So this is like a side quest. The training days per week will be adjusted to keep the total weekly volume at 10 minutes. Then here's my starting point. I test both active and passive middle splits. Nothing too interesting here. The comparison at the end will be more fun. And by the way, I drew some lines on the wall for visual comparison. But after watching some footage, some of those lines are completely useless. After 4 weeks, overall the range got deeper. Look at day 1. My legs were not perfectly even, so I have to kind of average both sides out. My feet were around here. By the last few days, my feet were sitting at around 130 centimeters. That's pretty good progress. During the sessions, I actively engaged the handstand body line and the stretched muscle. If I relax and go passive instead, without maintaining the body line, my pelvis with the anterior tilt that also put way more stress on my lower back. That's not what I want. So I keep my body moderately engaged the whole time. And on the first wrap of some sessions, especially when I feel stiff, there was this uncomfortable feeling. When this happened, I stay careful with how far I open my leg and stay within a manageable level of discomfort. I also capture a few reps when I get cramps. I had to immediately calm down to relieve the pain. Here's the result. The camera was placed in exactly the same position. The passive stretch improved a lot. Well, the active stretch, a little, not so much. Back to the side quest. I start with 20 seconds for 5 sets. Then on week 2, I progress to 25 seconds. On week 3, I managed 30 seconds for all 5 sets. And week 4 stayed at 30 seconds. To be honest, it was way faster than I expected. So, side quest accomplished. I'm honestly more excited about the whole time progress than the split progress, because middle splits are not really my goal. I'm just curious what inversion training would do to my split. This is fun. Anyway, that's the result. See you next time.